Okay. A little bit of impact for you. I want to say this. There wasn't a lot here that we got in names of something new. We just got what we already got established. Side Brookside with Ling Yang Lee. What's going on with a little bit of... We got like three more substantial amounts of story for the Knockouts Championship, the Exhibition Championship, and the World Championship. That's what we really got. Everything else has been okay-ish, but it didn't really add anything new. So let's open with Order 4 versus Casey Navarro, Mike Santana, and Nick Nimitz. Now, I thought this was going to be the closing of the show, but it was decided not to do it. Now, I'm wondering if that was Tommy's original storyline about can they coexist, because let's be honest, a lot of people always go back to that. Can they coexist? And if either one of them had a problem in this match, either one of them or both of them will not have the Slammiversary spot. Now, I wish one day they would actually go there. I'm not going to lie here. They always do the coexist. Sooner or later, someone. Delirious did it. Tommy did it. Scott D'Amore did it. Anybody would do it because they think it gives more interest in a story. Can they coexist in a tag match? Or, in this case, a six-man tag? It was okay-ish. It wasn't a bad match. In the end, Order 4... Who was it again? Who won? No, it was not Order 4 who won. My mistake. Nick and Mike both pinned the good hands, well, great hands, at the same time. So I don't remember which one was the one who really got the pin. They just both did it because they wanted to show each other off. And the person who was trying to stop it is KC. Trying to make them coexist. But didn't work. They were basically wanting to just off each other. Now, in the middle of that, the person that instigated the most is, you know who, Ryan Nimitz. Ryan instigated it, knocked Santana on his ass. Santana wanted to get back at Ryan and knock KC on his ass. And now KC is the focal point of this story. And that made me think, are they really going to use KC as the linchpin of Slammiversary when it comes to the World Heavyweight Championship? I believe they are. Because when it comes down to it, KC is friends with Nick. He's friends with a little bit of Mike. And now the thing is, sooner or later, he is going to interact with the situation. The person that's causing the most trouble is Ryan. But KC is going to be the focal point. Am I upset about that? No. It's actually a little bit better of a dynamic that it's just between Nick and Mike at all. And then having Ryan as the one who's going to probably be the one who's going to make it go. It's KC now. It's an older story. I mean, they've done that for years. There's always a friend between the two, and he's the one that's going to try and make it work. And he'll be the linchpin on who wins the title, who doesn't win. Next match. Let me give it to you like this. Do I care about Sosa? No. Do I care about the Jobber? No. Do I care about Eric Young on commentary? Yeah. Sosa won his match. And Eric did not like that. He said making it personal. And to be honest, personal is what it needs to be now. Because as it stands, Sosa wasn't here for a while. He's now back. And the question's going to be, what are they going to do with Sosa? Particularly now, like, as you already seen from what's going on, Tommy Dreamer's not there anymore. And Road Dogg is now going to be questioned. I actually did a video on both of them. I did a video on Tommy Dreamer. I done a video on Road Dogg. So you'll see that one tomorrow. The Tommy Dreamer video. I believe that's the one I'm going to upload next. But now we don't know what's going to happen with Sosa because we don't know who's going to be writing for the show. Sami Callihan's gone as well. So, don't know yet. It's just still speculation until it's proved. I don't feel anything from Sosa. He can wrestle all right, but can he hold a character? Remember, it makes no difference how great you are. You have to be more than just a wrestler sooner or later. You can get over with the fans at a certain point with your wrestling, but you got to be more then that. You got to be a character. And Sosa don't got nothing yet. So, moving on. Now, let me give it to you like this. Elena Black versus Indy Hartwell. Did I care about their feud? No, because there is no feud. It's already been settled. Do I care about Elena Black and Mara Sade? No, they've already had the feud and it's done. Do I care about Ash by Elegance versus Elena Black? Well, they haven't had anything yet. But they had a match. Indy Hartwell, Elena Black. Elena Black did not win. It was Indy. But guess who came out? Mainly due to the fact Indy bumped into her as they were trying to get Mr. Elegance into the Ultimate X. And we now have Vikner in Ultimate X. You got Casey in Ultimate X. And now Mr. Elegance in Ultimate X. Alright. Along with the King, of course. I'm going to get to that segment with Cedric in a few minutes, but you get my point. That all culminated into that fight after the match, where everyone was fighting each other. I don't care about them individually, but now that you have given me something like this, the question is, how are you going to make the stakes good for the women's... Let's make it clear. Right now, you only got one title for the women. That is the Knockouts. And to be honest, the women need an extra title. Well, counting if there's enough women. And there isn't. We got rid of a few women already. So, there may not be enough women to do another title, which it kind of feels like they need one. But here, there's going to be a big question. What are we going to do with that title? They need to do something special. I'm not saying it's great, but I wouldn't mind seeing women do something similar to Ultimate X. I'm not saying it should be Ultimate X. It's just some type of special gimmick match. Something new that's never been done for the women. That's what I feel like they need. Or hasn't been done in a while. Maybe a steel cage match. But it's not like we're going to get it, but it feels like it needs it. Next. 6-man tag. That was the System versus the Hardys and Moose. Now, let's make this clear. This was more about Eddie Edwards and Moose than anything else. Yes, the Righteous were out there, eventually messing with the Hardys. But I want to make this clear. Since it's only going to be mainly about Moose and Eddie, because their story is the most strongest, because we now got the Righteous already having the Hardy match on free TV, which was stupid. It could have been saved for Slammiversary. And I'm not saying it would have been a great, and it wasn't a bad match. Particularly when Lily was shoved down Jeff's throat, which I think should have happened at Slammiversary. But they did it there. So that story, even if it could be added something to it, doesn't feel like it should have been ended there. Because it feels like it was ended. But the question now is, where are they going to go with Moose and Eddie? Moose got hit in the head by Kendra from Alicia. So where are they going to go with this? Don't know. But that's their story there. But it's not that strong. It should be the Hardy story stronger than Moose and Eddie. But they fell back on it. There's just me. You guys tell me below how you feel about it. I don't feel right about it. Now, let's get to some of the stuff here. Ling Yang Lee and Xia Brookside. Xia explained what was going on. Used Ling Yang Lee. And Ling Yang Lee came out mad. Started fighting. People wanted to see the fight. I understand that Ling Yang Lee just chipped one of her teeth as she was possibly either landed under one of the security guards, or possibly Xia might have hit her in the face and chipped a tooth. Don't know which one. But now she has a chipped tooth. Don't know what she's going to do. She's probably going to get some type of implant that's going to be filling it in, I guess. I am interested in their feud. I want to see the end of their feud. I want to see what they're going to do with Xia when she wins, because it looks like the best option is for Xia to win. But it's not about her winning. It's about how they're going to make her win. How they're going to make the story work. I don't know. It's easy to just say she cheats, but it's also easy to say that she just kicks Xing Yang Li's ass. Don't know yet. We'll find out soon. We get the King's speech. Let's make it very clear. Did I like the King's speech? It wasn't bad. Seeing that, and I'll say this, when I first saw Leon more than 2 years ago, I knew there was something about him when it came to personality. He was like any other high flyer. He's a good high flyer, but it was his personality and charisma that made me feel like he was going to get somewhere. That's what I saw there. Now, is he perfect? No. But it did feel like he was pissed as hell. It did feel like he wanted to take the head off of a Cedric Alexander who was acting like a bitch. Rubbing it into his face. So that wasn't too surprising. And seeing the King's speech, where pretty much he had to make it about himself. You know Kaz was going to say, you know what? You are not in control of this show. You're not in control of the show. It's my show. But guess what? I just found out from Daria Ray. I'm in the Ultimate X match. So I will be coming for that title. I don't care who wins it between the two of you. And that makes it interesting. How? Because right now, as I understand it, Kaz has not been in Ultimate X in 15 years. I'm surprised about that. I thought he had been in it at least 9 or 10 years ago, but it's been 15 years. That is a long time. The last time he did that was 2011. It's a long time ago. So this will be a bit interesting, seeing about Kaz. Now, do I want to see Kaz win it? No, he doesn't have to win it. He just has to be there. And I could talk about Elijah. I can talk about the Feeling the Music segment and how AJ Francis took his music. But I'm going to leave that. Let's see what they're going to do next week. I want to see what they're going to do next week about this, because Elijah has to do something. He either's got to feel defeated, or he's going to have to try and find some way to make this story mean something, like some type of stipulation. Of course, I don't want it to end immediately, because it has to mean something and not be rushed, but they should plant the seeds for it. This is just me. And, let me give it to you like this. The ending of the show, where it's about Nick, it's about... Look, the segment when it came wasn't bad. He called out Nick. Mike just wanted to fight there. Nick said, no, you're too emotional. And the person who's the most emotional there is not Nick and it's not Mike. It is Ryan. Ryan's just causing trouble left, right, and center. But do I feel like it was effective? It did what it needed to do, but it didn't really give anything more than what we already got. Because like I said, KC is the key. I think that's what I'm going to use as the title. KC is the key. He's the key to this. And it will probably be KC Navarro will be the one who's going to make the final decision. Who's going to be the one that's going to win that championship at Slammiversary. But this is just me, and I hope you enjoy this. Leave a comment below. Peace.